And let's talk about some local politics. It's time for Political Plays. Democrat Michael John Gray joins us now. And of course, we have Republican Bill Vickery joining us as well. And guys, one of the things that was a big deal was the passing of the Stand Your Ground bill. People, a lot of people talking about this, what this means moving forward. It passed in the House 72-23. That's almost a 75% pass. Now it's on the governor's desk. What does this mean moving forward? Bill, we'll start with you.
Well, first, I think it's a very popular piece of legislation. I think if it were on the ballot as a ballot initiative, it'd get 80% of the vote easy. So a lot of the criticism from outside the state that you hear doesn't really reflect what Arkansans want themselves. And so you forget sometimes these people were elected to the office. They got more votes than the other guys. And so they were very clear about this on the front end, and many of the Republicans running. Listen, in terms of economic activity and things like that, Texas has done fairly well economically, and it has a standard law. So it's not an issue when you talk to people who do economic recruiting. So that's a straw man argument. So look, popular piece of legislation, it'll become the law of the land, and we'll see where we go from there.
Michael John Gray, you're shaking your head this morning. What do you have to say?
There's so many more important things that legislature could be dealing with. There are people in lines at unemployment offices, food bank lines, people worried about their future, people who can't break a lease, although their landlord wouldn't fix the heat or cracked pipes last week. Those are things we ought to be working on in Arkansas. This does nothing. We already had this law. If you feel like your life's in danger, you've always been allowed to defend yourself. This was a cater to the gun lobby. It does nothing, takes common sense out of the legislature. It's nothing positive. They're not getting paid down there to do politics. They're paid to make our state better.
And guys, I want to move from our state capital to our nation's capital. A lot of people right now, obviously, talking about the COVID-19 relief bill. We spoke with Senator John Boozman on our Capitol View. He gave his perspective. But, when you look at both sides of the aisle, what are people saying as we lead into a possible another relief package being passed?
It's time to move forward with it. It's time to move forward with it. We saw the congressional delegation in Arkansas vote against it on the typical Fox News talking points that they're worried about the deficit. They hadn't been worried about the deficit in the last 4 years when we cut the top income earners tax brackets. You got people, once again, out there worried about their future, worried about their jobs, worried about their mortgage. This is what Washington does. You have to compromise. You've got to move forward. The president's ready to move forward. He's not going to get everything he wants in it. The left wing of the caucus is not getting everything he wants in it, but it's time to move forward with it.
Bill?
Yeah, I would say that, too, if it was a Christmas tree piece of legislation that had, of the almost $2 trillion in it, $1 trillion has absolutely nothing to do with COVID relief. The only time that we saw real bipartisan, honest action out of Washington, that was at the very beginning of the crisis, almost a year ago, when you saw them rush out a package immediately, had no little bells and whistles on it, had no pet projects on it. None of that. That was a clean, clear piece of legislation. Both parties should be applauded for passing it. It was critical at the time. Since that moment in time, it's just been whatever we can find that's going to pass and we can stick our pet project on. You could cut this thing in half, and it still wouldn't truly be a COVID relief package. So, yeah, of course, let's rush it through, and let's stick another $1 trillion on top of $1 trillion for pet projects that Democrats have around the country. It's unconscionable to play politics with this particular issue.
Thanks so much, guys. That's all the time we have this morning.
We have a Democratic president.
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up. Thanks so much for your time this morning, and of course, something we will be watching on the national level. But we still want